Hello students, if you are watching this video, then I assume that you have understood the concept of utility, total utility, marginal utility, and the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. Today let me introduce you to the law which is related to marginal utility. The law states diminishing marginal utility. Now, this particular law was first proposed by Professor Gaussian, which was discussed in detail by Alfred Marshall in his book Principle of Economics, which was published in the year 1890. Now students, these names as well as the name of the book and the year is very important from the exam point of view. What was the law? The law statement was given as given below. Other things remaining constant, the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. Now let us break this statement and understand it. As the statement begins by saying other things remaining constant, which means there are a lot of assumptions made to explain this particular law. The additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock of a thing, that means the additional satisfaction which a person derives after having a certain unit of a product diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. That means it says that the satisfaction level towards a particular commodity gradually decreases the moment you get more and more of it. You might find this little difficult, so let's go to the next slide and understand this statement in more simplest form. Well students, now let us try to understand the statement in the other words, which says marginal utility that any consumer derives from successive unit of a particular product goes on diminishing as his or her total consumption of that commodity increases. You might find this statement a little complicated as well. So let's try to simplify it more. This particular statement says the more of a thing you have, the less you want to have more of it. Well, the second statement makes it very clear to us. Let us try to compare this statement with the mango season. You might have noticed this, that when the season of mango starts, you crave to have more of it. The moment by the end of the season, you might feel that you are oversatisfied, or I would say dissatisfied to have more mangoes. So if you put this in the last statement, you will understand the law of diminishing marginal utility, which tries to say the more of a thing you have, the less you want to have more of it. That means the more mango you have, the less you want to have more of it. The less you will like to have more of mangoes then. Now, the law begins with the term saying other things being constant. That means it is having a lot of assumptions in it. So let us look at the assumptions one by one. The first assumption says rationality, which means while testing this particular law, they say the consumer of that product should be rational, should be in a proper sound mind to denote the level of satisfaction that he or she has derived after having that particular commodity. Next assumption is cardinal measurement. We have seen earlier utility cannot be measured, but here it is expected to measure your level of satisfaction in the numerical format. Next assumption is homogeneity, which means the commodity that you are going to use to test this particular law should be of equal size, shape, color, taste, etc. So our first three assumptions for the law is rationality, cardinality, and homogeneity. Let's move into next. Reasonability. All the unit of the commodity consumed are of reasonable size. They are neither too big nor too small, which is a repetition, but in the earlier point we were talking about the quality of the unit of the commodity. Here we are talking about just the size. Consistency. While testing this particular law, they had made sure that all the other factors, that is income, taste, habit, choice, likes, dislikes of the consumer needs to be constant. It should not change. Otherwise what will happen? The person will try to ask for some other product. For example, if the income rises, he might stop asking for mango and he might go for dragon fruit. Right. Next is continuity. While testing this law, it was made compulsion that there should not be any time lapse given to the consumer. After eating first mango, the person should denote the level of satisfaction. Immediately second mango needs to be given, satisfaction level needs to be asked, and that's how the law was tested. So here we look at the 3 points, that is reasonability, consistency, and continuity. Next is single want. That means a commodity which is used or which is given to be tested for this particular law needs to be used in a single way only. So for example, if you are trying to test the same law using milk, you are supposed to ask the consumer to keep on drinking milk without adding any other component to it, either sugar, Bournvita, Complan, nothing should be added to it. Next assumption is, the next point speaks about divisibility. That means the commodity consumed by the consumer is divisible so that it can be acquired in a small quantity. Well, students, you may remember this table that we had done earlier in one of our session, where we had units of commodity X, that was pizza, then we had total utility and marginal utility. Here we are trying to focus on marginal utility. For that reason, we are focusing just on one column, that is marginal utility. Now if you look at the table or this schedule, you will understand when you had one piece of mango, your marginal utility is 10. On having second piece, the marginal utility tends to decrease slowly. It went to 8, then 6, 4, 2, then came the satisfaction point, which was 0. And when you had the 7th piece or the 7th mango, your satisfaction level decreased to negative, which we say dissatisfaction level. Now let us look at the same thing in the graphical format and try to recollect it. Yeah, when you ate your first piece, that was your unit. X-axis shows the unit of a commodity, that is your first mango, second mango, third mango, and your Y-axis try to show you the marginal utility. Yeah, the moment you ate first mango, you try to plot it on point number 10. Well, on having second unit or the second mango, your marginal utility decreased slowly to 8. Later on the third piece, it went to 6, then 4, later 2, and on having the 6th unit, your marginal utility was 0. That was the point of satisfaction, beyond which if you go, it will enter the dissatisfaction level, as you can see in this particular chart. The marking which is given in between 6 and 7 at the bottom, if you can notice. Let me show you on the graph over here. This is your dissatisfaction level, and point number 6 shows your satisfaction level. Okay, now moving ahead. Yeah, in your exam they may ask you to write down the meaning of diminishing marginal utility along with the assumptions. So how you are going to write? First, you are supposed to write down the law, the statement as given by Alfred Marshall. Then you are going to draw the table, which is your marginal utility table, then the graph, followed by this explanation. The explanation is quite simple. It says x-axis denotes unit of the commodity, y-axis denotes the marginal utility. On observing the curve, you may say marginal utility curve slopes downwards from left to right, which shows that marginal utility goes on diminishing with every successive increase in the consumption of a commodity. I hope this answer was simple, and after that you can start writing your assumptions. Right. Thank you so much, and I hope you have understood both the answers